Game 2 is a battle to see who will advance to play for 9th place tomorrow as 3-2 Latvia. After a big win yesterday over Finland, they take on Austria, who had the day off on Monday after battling Germany to an 11-8 score. White on black for Austria, maroon on maroon for the Latvians. Ralph Benorchik with Steffi Samaras rejoining you from the Tanya. And the first draw control belongs to the Austrians. One for Austria coach Mike Perez. He said he was thrilled with the battle that they gave Germany, but now they come off of that, and we'll see if they can still play as well as they did. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead on Monday over Germany, who eventually put it together. But this generation of first Austrian players had a lot to be proud of on that day. This is a roll dodge inside the crease for a goal to start things for Sarah Kuchinskis.
Kuchinskis does a great job of that roll. And what I like about this, and I've said this a few days ago, we're seeing a lot more roll dodges here. And when I say roll dodges, this is a traditional roll dodge because she is hiding her stick when she rolls. And it's very hard for Vilka, the goalkeeper for Latvia, to see the ball as it comes out of the stick.
A hot day with temperatures in the low 90s to start. Feels like 96. Kuchinskis gets her 4th goal unassisted. Meanwhile, for Latvia, comfortable win yesterday. They were able to get some balanced scoring up and down their lineup. Here's Nila Meyer. Now for Austria. So the 1-0 start for the Austrians. And they have possession again. Meyer, the cut! And Liga Vilka challenged there. Liga played a good bulk of the game against Finland in the lopsided victory for Latvia. Latvia also has the lone overtime win of this tournament, which came a couple nights ago, 9-8 against Switzerland. The loser will get Switzerland coming up tomorrow. A lob inside. And backing off of a shot is Katharina Bierbacher-Voss, and then she turns and scores. Well, she almost lulled the defense to sleep to make it 2-0 Austria.
Yeah, and what she does is she curls around those two defenders, so putting them both on one side of her, so her stick side is free.
Austria goal by number 16, Katharina
Bierbacher-Voss sticks the shot.
12:27
That is her 11th. So she has the team lead again over Daniela Zlobel. The start for the Austrians to match yesterday against the Germans. They came out with tremendous energy, of course, and a major opportunity for the Austrians. To defeat Germany in any sport is such a big deal to that neighboring country. But then Germany, give them credit, they woke up. They got the next 5. It was a 5-3 game at the half. Germany eventually made it a 9-3 game before one more push from the Austrians got them within 10-8 with about 3.5 minutes to go. And the Austrians had a lot to be proud of with their effort, but as Austrian coach Mike Perez said, we missed some chances early that could have given us an even larger cushion. And then the offense just wasn't clean enough from that perspective. And we'll talk about their defense later, but what could have been? And here they are, still having a chance to finish in the top 10. Throwback for Valeria Druziaka.
Druziaka and for Latvia and Mayer for Austria, in my opinion, are the game changers for these two teams today. Can they produce offensively, and can they basically play as much of the game as possible in this heat?
And Druziaka, along with Estere Urbanchika, they've proven that they are in no hurry to leave the field. They have been among the warriors in this tournament across all teams. Elena Tabura, Druziaka, met there by Meyer. And Druziaka continues. And missed high on the look. Laura Liapina on the restart for the Latvians. Latvia at 3-2 with A loss to the Netherlands handily 12-5, but then back and forth game with Norway that they had chances to win. And the winner of this game will take on Norway. So it could be an opportunity for Latvia to figure that out. And on the heels of yesterday's 16-4 win, Coach Gretchen Lasdey of the Latvians now makes her home in Colorado, a native of Central New York, where she played at Hobart. They got a lot more assisted goals yesterday for Latvia. That was an encouraging step, as well as more players producing in a game that was lopsided, but what might be a confidence builder ahead of today.
Yeah, I think that was just, Coach Lasda's looking about the development of this team for Latvia. It's not going to happen overnight. She's very aware of that. But how can you take a one-on-one team and have them be a team that can also draw and dump, that can dish, making your offense have just more looks and different types of looks.
And Druziaka, most notably, 2 assists against the Finns yesterday. Here, she's got her first goal off free position. Fires a shot low and beats Bianca Bly in net for the Austrians. 2-1. So Valeria Druziaka, that's her 11th goal. Water break, the first one of the game, as the Latvians are on the board. Austria. I'd like to thank our sponsors for this event, including Honig's, the official outfitters of the referees that are working this European Women's Lacrosse Championship, World Lacrosse, and also the Olympic Channel. Katarina Meislitzer, a check just across the restraining line after the Latvians looked like they had possession. And Austria, they will possess again. They've gotten goals from Kuchinskas and Bierbacher-Voss. This is Bierbacher-Voss. And then the ball eventually comes outside, and it's grabbed here by Litna Kuglish. Latvia may not have starting defender Yeva Vilka today. Tall player, can lead transition. Here's Kuchinskas. That got the pass from Pia Klein. Quick turn and rip, 3-1.
Kuchinskas is another player for Austria that's come on strong late in this tournament and has been an offensive threat, opening up the other attackers on their team. And it looks like Liva Vilka is actually in the game right now. She's a stronghold for that Latvian defense.
Particularly clearing the ball. She missed yesterday's game against Finland. We saw her on the sideline, so Coach Gretchen Lasdey of Latvia is going to find out what she has here, as the Latvians hope to play for 10th place. They come up with a draw control from Laura Leapina. Man-to-man for Austria. And Duziaka knocked away by Kuglish. Again, Duziaka picks up shooting space. Well, what is it about her that people just cannot stay in front of her?
You know, she actually dodges straight up. So she doesn't give a shoulder roll or a head fake. So it's really hard to figure out which way she's going to go. And when you can do that defensively, you almost have to wait until she chooses which way she's going to go before you can react. And that's why they're so late to guard her.
Bianca Bly made the save. Druzhaka, even though she hasn't shot a lot lefty, she has gone left very often to balance things out. Good find and a quick stick in front of Liga Vilka. Another pass to the crease. And that is Katharina Bierbacher-Voss. So she's got 2 in the opening quarter.
Bierbacher-Voss is, again, she's been a mainstay this entire tournament, but she's had to change her game a little bit based on the teams that she's playing. Originally and earlier in this week, we saw her more of a one-on-one type of a player, and now she's doing a great job of working off ball to get herself open.
Her second goal of the game, 4-1, Austria with the lead. Midway through the opening quarter. Pick up here from Bierbacher-Voss. Or rather, this is 18 Kuchinskas. No, it was Bierbacher-Voss. Their numbers are a certain kind of font.
Yeah. Sometimes the 5 looks like a 6.
Yeah. Lena Kuglish got the assist. So she's got 1 and 1. 10 minutes gone, opening quarter. Curl across, it is Kuglish out of her stick. And the Latvian player knocked down, and it'll be a foul against the Austrians. It belonged to Rachel Lasda, the younger sister of Gretchen Lasda. Latvians will look for the clear. They had a good time yesterday, Steffi. What I've noticed about Gretchen Lasda is, of course, she is a lacrosse coach and fully invested from that perspective, but they have done a lot of team bonding that she has put together in a total plan for these Latvian players. So they are getting a lot out of this. Aside from lacrosse, as Urbanchika might have been slashed. Yesterday they had a photo scavenger hunt.
Oh my gosh.
Where everybody was broken up into teams, so things to find in the Netanya region. And then acro yoga, first time I'd heard of that, so I think it's acrobatic
yoga?
Yep, or tandem yoga. Urbanchika. Well, she had taken a slash, but it didn't bother her. Later in the possession, she scores, and is still a little shaken up, but she makes it 4-2.
I'm actually really excited to watch Latvia grow over these next 2 years as I continue to communicate with Gretchen Lasda. She and I do some work together back in the U.S. together, and it's really funny. Urbanchika and Druzhaka, Vilka in the defense. Once the lacrosse IQ continues to grow, the more and more they play, and how much better of players they're going to be after they go home and digest what they've been through this past 10 days here at the European Championships, they're going to be that much better.
Latvia hoping to take off the rest of this one. They're within 4-2 with a water break on the field.
So both of these teams play tomorrow.
Yes, the only teams that are done today
Are the
are the 5 through 8. 4-2, Estere Urbančica, the last goal for Latvia. Austria with another possession. Lena Kuglic, a goal and an assist. Bierbacher Voss with 2, and the Austrians have been able to run their offense fluidly as they bring on Sophie Giefing for the first time. And here is one of the youngest players, Adriana Adam. And also Sarah Schlaugenhaufen on the second midfield for Austria. As Adam is defended there by Rachel Lasda. Schlaugenhaufen able to recover. Adam again, she's the youngest, or second youngest at 20 years old for this team. The youngest is Sophia Schlaugenhaufen. We'll see her also see some time in the midfield, just 19. Takeaway by the Latvians. And Rachel Lasda ahead and is able to drop a pass forward, and the Latvians, but then they throw the ball away, and it's away from Tabura. The pass just sailing on the defender in Christina Bredinja as she carried ahead.
Yeah, the unforced errors, we're going to see a lot of those today, especially in these early games, and I think this is due to where we are in this event as well as the heat.
Austrians transition, Sophie Giefing.
90 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Meislitzer.
90 seconds.
4-2 Austria, drawn dump Adam, and a tough ball just out of her reach. And the ground ball, it'll be Druzjaka.
And again, it's Druzjaka. Just look at her run. Look how up straight she is, and her head is up.
Splits, shoots, Bly, and that's side netting. Bianca Bly the save on transition, a minute to go. Austria back with Sarah Schlaugenhaufen. Meislitzer, and Schlaugenhaufen was not looking. The pickup, Yeva Vilka. Well, Latvia, a great chance on the other end, but Bly has competed so well, and she is, as we've talked about on the recent broadcasts, the lone goalie on one of a small handful of teams in this tournament. There is no backup, and she twisted her ankle in pregame warm-ups prior to the first game. Still played that game against the Czech Republic. Gave up 18 goals, but that was a valiant effort.
Yeah, and she is, I mean, I would definitely say she's one of the individuals that we're considering for this, goalkeeper of the event award.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think that she might have made, I think it was her, if I'm correct, that made the save of the tournament so far with that opposite post and the big spring she had to come across the cage. I think that was her.
We'll have to ponder it here.
Yeah, but it's all running together. I mean, we are on day 9.
Pass ahead by Vilka. Ground ball, Adam. As Adam picks up a foul in the final seconds. But Bly has not had a break. She'll get one now. 4-2 Austria at the end of one, leading Latvia. The winner will play tomorrow morning for 9th place at the Women's European Lacrosse Championship.
Wasn't it her that made it?
Second quarter begins with a new goalie in there for Latvia. And the youngest netminder here, as Druzjaka, had her stick helicoptered out as it went flying. So Estere Urbanchika has possession against Bianca Blai. It's a 4-2 lead for the Austrians. On the other end, we'll watch 16-year-old left-handed goalie Linda Dutere, who replaces Liga Vilka. And Latvia hopes that she will grow with this program as they look for the next level. And interesting, I was thinking about Druzjaka and Urbanchika in particular. I wonder what they look like in comparison to the Czech Republic players 4 years ago. If that would be an apt comparison. And then the Czech Republic stick skills went to the roof. Not even a couple levels ahead. They went to another floor, really another building.
Oh, and this is what I love about Meyer. This is so great. This is next level. And look at this, the patience, the speed, the hair is amazing. But I love the reference that you're making to these Latvian players about the Czech, and I know that not only Gretchen but Rachel Laza, who's also a huge part of the development of this Latvian team, what their thoughts are on stick work. It's something that they are constantly talking about. And, you know, I think you see this 4-year shelf because everything happens in a 4-year cycle. And it'd be interesting to see what the Czech, you know, if we could watch game film on the Czech from 4 years ago, what comparisons could be made.
Yeah, that would be really fascinating. And they've been the story, you know, they're not going to win the gold medal, but they could still be the story even if Israel wins. As Meyer, she got caught right along the crease.
They could have their highest placement possible. ever in the European Championships.
Yep, they'll play for third place later today against Wales, particularly if they defeat Wales. And we'll see. It'll be a good discussion. Who will be the best story? There's still a lot of opportunities for nations to establish that. A lot of great superlatives from this event. 59 games. And over the course of 9 days. So here's Daniela Zlobel. Meyer as she tried to go inside of Druziaka. Zlobel. And then trying to roll back Kuczynskis into a shot. Latvia defends it well. Nutere has the pickup. But then a call against Latvia.
Crease violation, I think that was.
They're going to give the ball to Claudia Mikula, so the foul is against Laura Baltamane of Latvia. Zlobel, pass behind Meyer. Zlobel yesterday pointless against the Germans, and she's a big factor in the offense for Austria. A very fast lefty midfielder. But Germany then bounced back and picked up a 1-goal win last night against the Netherlands, 8-7. The fourth 1-goal game of the tournament. Bierbacher-Voss rolls back Alkalnina, and Bierbacher-Voss has her third. Nencia Kalnina gambled a little bit. Bierbacher-Voss is able to circle, and the Austrians lead by 3, 5-2.
When an attacker continues to draw a defender out and draw a defender out, you can almost always expect a re-attack. And Bierbacher-Voss does a very good job of stepping across her defender to put her on her back. It's really hard to do that offensively. And defensively, it's so hard to guard because your feet are going the exact opposite direction as the attacker.
The redodge from Bierbacher-Voss, so she has scored her 3 in different ways. Klein draws for Austria. And Pia Klein, that's out of her reach, and eventually it'll be Kuglish. So the Austrians try to string possessions. Winner will get Norway tomorrow. Norway, a satisfying victory, 9-3 this morning against Switzerland, which they trailed 2-0 at the end of one, gave up just 1 goal over the final 3 quarters. Parapatic, as she handles. Katarina's parents are here. They stopped by to say hello after watching our coverage the first few days. Wait till Katarina tells them some of the stories that she's experienced. Here, once she gets a break, Parapatic digs out this ground ball. And Parapatic will settle the offense for another look for the Austrians. It's a 100% homegrown team. Parapatic works at the Austrian Court of Audits. And her husband, president of the one and only Intercross Club in Austria. Men's and women's lacrosse played together as Meitzlitzer. She got the lob and then couldn't finish it as Nutere scrambles back. Meitzlitzer circles, as we've discovered that men's and women's lacrosse together has become very much a social activity in certain cities in Europe, like Vienna of Austria, that has a number of lacrosse teams and programs.
Yeah, the social aspect of this game is very interesting, and you know, we don't host these large world events with the men, but all of the smaller little events that you see in all these European countries tend to be co-ed events. Now, they might not be playing co-ed, but both men's and women's teams attend because so many people love this sport and they can enjoy it together.
Pia Klein. McCool off the restart. And looking to feed inside. Schlagenhaufen. And under some light pressure now, Lena Kuglish. Long possession for the Austrians. They continue to lead Latvia 5-2. We'll have a water break, next opportunity, next dead ball. A foul against the Latvians inside. So it will be Sophia Schlagenhofen. We'll make that's actually Sarah Schlagenhofen, 25 there. On the arc. Nutere just came in for the second quarter. And Sarah Schlagenhofen then picks up shooting space. This will move her to the exact same spot. Sarah Schlagenhofen, easy save low for Nutere. Well, as you watch Linda here, we get to see her either way tomorrow. What do you think Linda Nutere probably has learned the most during this experience of a lifetime?
I think in cage, she's probably learned to hold her positioning, especially when she watches the other goalkeepers play, and we have so many great examples.
There's Urbanchika denied by Bly.
So many examples of goalies doing such a good job of holding their line. Off the field, I think with her age, she's really going to have to digest all this experience. You know, she's had some of the world's best shooting on her. And if she can wrap her brain around that as we progress into the World Cup in 2 years, she's going to end up being one of the better goalies on this world stage, purely because she started so young.
16 years old, still in high school in Rochester, New York, but of Latvian descent, spent a lot of summers in Latvia. Mom and grandma are both here and have stopped by and said hello numerous times. And they are both born in Latvia, so Linda very much has a close bond with them. And then even behind the scenes is the acro yoga that Gretchen Lasda's put together, the photo scavenger hunt. 5 minutes to go. Second quarter, Druziaka. And all the work that Gretchen Lasda has done in terms of team bonding with a company out in Colorado she works with called Flow, which is involved with empowerment. That's organized by a woman by the name of Bridie Doherty. So all the different programs that are put in, much different team bonding activities than the average high schooler anywhere in the world, frankly.
I really think I need to see this acro yoga to appreciate it properly.
Yeah, it's tandem yoga is the way Gretchen Lasda explained it. So you're essentially helping your partner go through the moves, so it must be at another level. Tabora, trail checked away. Sneaky check by Kuglish. The ball will go to the Austrians. (5-2) Austria in the second quarter. Bly over the top, and the pickup will belong to Latvia. So they look to transition the other way as Elina Ruperte had it. And jumps it along for Laipina, who had scored 3 goals yesterday. So did Baltmane, and Latvia's demolition of Finland. Laipina. Baltmane. And And Druziaka has not been able to get the cage in the quarter. Here she does. Back to the right hand. And Bly, second time she has stopped her on a free path to the crease.
Yeah, that's the second time that Druziaka basically had Bly one-on-one, and she's made the correct step to the save, to make the save.
Pass, though, off the stick of Klein. Latvia has it.
Druziaka's path to the cage is so dead center. She has the entire cage to work with from a shooting standpoint. So this is probably going to be something that Coach Lazda works on with her. Because she does a good job of keeping her stick straight up and down, she has to learn that the placement of that shot can be altered slightly just by using the bottom hand to swivel her stick from one side to the other. If she's not going to go with the, hitch or the body fake that some of these other attackers go with, she's going to go with the just straight up stick fake, then your torque on the stick when you release has to be changed.
Remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes.
Druziaka again. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Drives again left. This time shoots and into the opposite corner. Even wiped out on the play with some contact. Shaken up a bit. Valeria Druziaka continues to be relentless.
And that's how you finish. Notice she drew Bly all the way across the cage with her handle of that ball and then shot back to where Bly was when she originally caught the ball. All that is moving the goalkeeper ever so slightly, and a large pocket opens up in the cage.
5-3, Latvia gets within 2. Water break late in the second quarter, and we'll be right back. Late second quarter, Latvia's gotten closer.
Take anything. Literally anything.
The foul is against Latvia off the circle. With 1 minute to go. And Bierbacher Voss back for Giefing. Entering in, Franziska Putz. Austria to try to execute on short time. The winner will take on Norway tomorrow for 9th place. The loser will play in the 11th place game. Darting through, and there's the shot. Sophia Schlaugenhofen fanned on it. It came out of her stick. Ruperte ahead for Tabura. And the ride by the Austrians commits the foul at midfield. That swung back to Yeva Opolska. Then Alina Tabura. Tabura, Latvia chance to cut it to 1 at the half. Urbanchika draws a lot of help. That's it. Latvia cannot get a shot off. 5-3 Austria. They bolt the 2-0 lead to start. Katharina Bierbacher-Voss has 3. Valeria Druziaka 2 to lead the Latvians. We'll be back in 15 minutes for continuing coverage of the 2019 Women's European Lacrosse Championship. 5-3 is the score as Austria leads Latvia. Third quarter underway with Steffi Samaras, Ralph Bednarczyk, the winner advancing into the 9th place game against Norway, who won earlier today 9-3 over Switzerland. The loser will face the Swiss tomorrow, also in the morning, on the final day of the tournament. So Latvia has possession. They trail 2-0 to start the game. Very even since. Katharina Bierbacher-Voss has had 3 goals, and more terrific dodging from Valeria Druziaka, who has scored her 9th and 10th goals of the tournament here. Here's Estere Urbancica, and she has yet to score. Outside it comes Druziaka, and Druziaka played it across. Make that Urbancica did have a goal in the first quarter, her 9th. And we have a foul to start things.
And the matchup I was hoping for is happening. It looks like Mayer from Australia is going to guard Druziaka.
Yeah, Austria has had Mayer there in transition. Mayer had a tough second half yesterday after Germany. It appeared like they put a lot of focus on her. Druziaka weaves through and got all the way to the crease, and it beats Bianca Bly low. It's 5-4.
Druziaka is just going to keep showing us so many different things. It's so fun. I believe she took that.
13 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
I believe she took that free position left-handed.
Yep, she did. 3 for Valeria. Latvia will keep Linda Nuteri in goal, and of course Bianca Bly, who's played every second for the Austrians. Draw control, Sarah Kuczynskis. And Austria, again, similar to their game against Germany, had opportunities to create some real separation in that first quarter, but they had to settle for a 4-2 lead at that point. Daniela Zlobel, and Zlobel shoots, and that may raise her confidence. Had a tough game against the Germans. Zlobel puts the Austrians back in front by 2.
So Zlobel's a lefty, and she comes across the cage, pulling Nutere to that close post and shooting back.
4 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
I love that drive of hers. It's got so much power.
11th goal of the tournament for Daniela Zlobel, doing it all from the midfield. 6-4, early third quarter. Austria by 2 again. Bierbacher-Voss able to jump up and get that one. Latvia would love to get another crack at Norway, who they lost to in a good back-and-forth game, 9-7. That was the game, Steffi, that Latvia committed 4 charges, or were called for 4 charges the course of the game. And in addition to Norway's clearing being excellent, that's a big difference in possessions. You don't take any away. You give up 4 when you have the ball.
Yeah, you know, those unforced errors. And I feel like we're going to have a lot of conversation about unforced errors today. Day 9 of this event. People have played 6, maybe 7 games. They're tired, especially these games that are in the sun. So we're going to see many more forced errors than we've seen all week. And that could be the difference in some of these games. We're in a 2-goal game right now in the third quarter.
Mikula here for Meyer. Meyer, it's knocked away. Lazda had the opportunity. And the pickup for Latvia. Can they transition? As pushing ahead, Eugenia Matijevica. Matijevica for Urbancica, but that's off of her stick. Mikula. And eventually the Latvians with the ball with Bredinja.
The last thing you want to do in a game like this is get caught in a ping pong tournament, because you're going to lose your legs really quick. We did find out from official Stephen Taylor that there is only allowed an 18-man roster here at the European Championships, which is also the same number for the World Cup in 2 years.
That's interesting. And you can see how you need to squeeze out everything out of that 18-man roster. England has been able to do that. And here's some good pressure, but Rebecca Koroyonoka, 3 goals yesterday against the Finns. Then the takeaway, pursuit by Franziska Poots was effective. And now the pickup from Sarah Hedden. Hedden now able to loop it ahead. Zlobel has Mikula. Mikula on the drive and could not get the shot off. Rachel Lasda saved the day. It stays 6-4 Austria. Linda Nutere. It switches back to her offhand and goes back to Urbanchika. And here's Yeva Vilka. Saw limited time in the first half. But for Latvia, within 2 here, we'll see perhaps a lot more. And as Latvia would look for their best win of the Euros. Very little history between the two. In terms of previous tournaments. And a moving screen, Tabora. Well, she sprung Maciavica free. And Tabora, I think the stick was hanging out. So a turnover for Latvia. It stays 6-4. Spain has just arrived. They'll play in the next game. Actually, 2 games from now, so they're very early.
Sweden.
Or check that rather. No, that's Sweden. Yep, you're correct. Yep, it is Sweden against Italy with the blue backpacks. That game will get going at 3:20. Sweden picking up their first win yesterday as they ran away from Finland. So every team has at least 1 win in this tournament. And Sweden's celebration was a long one, taking pictures, but they grew as the game went on, and we'll see if they can continue that against Italy, who was a little bit further along in the development stage. Parapatic. Parapatic rolls along. Took it across, hoping for the foul. Nutere out of cage. The foul against Austria.
I'm hoping that one of these teams can settle and get this game somewhat back in control. And again, this could just be the decision making of these girls.
Urbanchika will have the first water break of the third quarter. Each team has a goal. Austria leads Latvia 6-4. Latvia with possession. They've trailed by a couple goals on 4 separate occasions. Latvia cut into a 5-2 first quarter lead, though, by the Austrians. And they've gotten another big game from Valeria Druziaka. And Valeria continues to show no signs of slowing down in this tournament, as here comes a double against her. Could this be the backer zone? She retreats away from it. Did not get the shooting space. Urbanchika, she has it. Save was made anyway. So Estere Urbanchika will go to the free position at the top of the arc. No clear passing options. So Urbanchika to try to make it a 1-goal game. As she cuts across and she beats Bianca Bly. 5-hole. Latvia has cut it to 1.
This is an exciting game, and I'm very interested to know why Austria went into a double team in that situation, because the ability for Urbanchika and Druziaka to drive from the top and overcome that double team is so great.
Urbanchika has her second, so she and Druziaka have combined for all 5, and that's what has driven Latvia here in the tournament. They were clearly their engine. They've gotten some performances from the supporting cast, and they may need that to close out, which would be their best win. As being tripped up was Baltmane. She has possession. So Latvia again. Druziaka lets it go. Save made Bly. Long rebound came out.
Bly, I mean, she is making the saves for this Austria team. That's why she's going to be considered one of the best goalies here.
And these are saves right on top of her. Great to visit with Bianca Bly a couple games ago, picking up the sport and then falling in love with the position of goalie. Matievica got the pass from Druziaka but couldn't quick stick it in. Bly ahead, that's off the stick of Poots. Poots locates Bierbacher Voss. 6-5 Austria. Claudia Mikula hasn't been able to get involved in terms of generating offense today for the Austrians. That's been a big difference maker. Mikula has 8 goals, but especially around the crease has had a lot of good passes that have generated chances.
Yeah, Austria hasn't had that offensive prowess that we've seen the past couple of days. And, you know, it's not that they don't have it. I think that they just are tired. And that's a great slide by Rachel Lasda.
She got in the way of Meislitzer, and that prevented yet another scoring chance. So Katarina will be forced to shoot from the wing. Meislitzer shooting, and Nutere reacts well. And now Nutere, under pressure, avoids her crease. Remember, if she went back in, that would have been a mental error.
Yep, she handled that well for just a 16-year-old.
And ahead Agrita Ose, Latvia, another opportunity to tie the game. Now past the midway point of the third quarter. Winner will play for ninth place. And they'll get a top 10 finish either way. The loser drops down to take on Switzerland in the early morning game at 8 a.m. for 11th.
And now
Who
you're
wants
talking.
to sleep a little more?
Yeah, well, now you're talking about, loss of recovery and what your recovery looks like as well.
Oh, a great feed, Sabora! Laura Liapina, Latvia, has tied the game for the first time.
Woo! Now we're coming back here, girls. Truly for as well as Latvia is playing, we're not seeing the Austrian team that we've normally seen this entire week. And I would even say that Coach Laszlo would say that as well about this Austrian team.
Timeout on the field. We're tied at 6, late third quarter. So late third quarter and the opportunity now for the Latvians and the foul called against Austria. Well, Austria poured their hearts into their game against Germany. They did get the day off yesterday to reset. Latvia yesterday comes in on a real high off of a lopsided victory over Finland. Their lead players have performed well in Druziaka and Urbanchika. And they just got a goal from someone not named one of those two. Yesterday, 16-4, Latvia over Finland. Can they get over the hump? Baltmane. That's the end of the third quarter. 6 apiece. Latvia has climbed back. We'll have a good finish to decide who gets to play for ninth place tomorrow morning. We have a chance at a one-goal game, this second game of the third day of the knockout round from the Tanya Israel. Latvia has tied up Austria. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Honig's, the official supplier of the referees that are here working from all over the world, as well as World Lacrosse and the Olympic Channel. So we have a stoppage of the clock here off the first draw control, and what could this be about? Did someone step over the line? So they've given the ball to Latvia. And now it's Austria. Feed down low, looking for Meislitzer. That'll be turned over. It was not a shot. So now Nutere will have the chance for the clear. Yeva Vilka. And under some pressure, the Austrians smother her, and Druziaka will pick it up in her own end. And Valeria, she's chased from behind. Takes a jab, but then picks up the foul against Lena Kuglish. Latvia has had 2 possessions late in the third quarter to get their first lead.
And I think that momentum has swung in Latvia's way, so how do they use that?
Druziaka, Zlobel knocked it free. Took it into a double team. Puts the pickup. Austria gets another stop. Tied at 6. Ahead, it's Putz, the defender. They have both Mikula and Meitzlitzer inside. Meyer, not as involved in this game compared to Monday against Germany, where she had to be. That game also decided by the German strength on the draw circle, not necessarily at the center. That was a factor too. Here's Meyer, low, and Nutere makes another save.
Gosh, I just love holding your position as a goalkeeper. It's so simple to say, it's very hard to do, especially with the shot from Mare and her speed coming off of that shot. And again, we see the matchup, Mare and Druziaka.
And now they blitz on Nutere. Goes to Druziaka. Urbanchika. Across Yeva Vilka. And nicely done for the Latvians. They're back in again, a 4th attempt to take the lead.
And now this is the first time for Latvia where Rachel Lazda is in the offense. Remember, she can do a lot.
Rachel Lazda was a captain for 2 years at Villanova University, American-born, Latvian roots. Has 4 goals. Here's the cut. It's Lazda. Patience. A finish. Stefiu called it, and Latvia has its first lead.
That's a great backdoor. And not only that, the patience that Latvia has on that feed. And Austria sending the double team. And I've called that area of the offensive part of the field no man's land because it's so hard defensively to guard there. It's even harder to double team there because you can get rubbed off on the crease, or you can get put on the same side if the attacker runs on the other side of you.
Timeout called by Austria. Rachel Lazda has her 5th goal. Fine pass that came from Tabora, who's got the last 2 assists. Timeout, Austria. We'll do the same for a moment. Can the Latvians close this out? Latvia leads for the first time 7-6, and they get the ensuing draw control. They set a screen, and Rachel Laszlo was able to catch it, and with composure, score the goal past Bianca Bly. Still plenty of time left, should be around the 10-minute mark. No visible clock here in the Tanya, so we're reliant on the announcements, but it is a running continuous clock except for any coach called timeouts, water breaks, and then the final 30 seconds, any whistle. Nice check by Poots. Poots knocked it away from Liapina. Here's Parapatic. Austria coach Mike Perez just called a timeout. What do you think he said to his team?
I mean, they've got to get in a rhythm. They also haven't possessed a lot in this fourth quarter. Really, not even that often in the third quarter. Possession, we know, equals goals. And then who is the person that's going to put this Austrian team on their shoulders?
They got a great first half from Katharina Bierbacher-Voss. I don't think she has a shot in the second half. Here is Bierbacher-Voss. Laszlo staying with her. Here's Pia Klein. This is the second midfield for Austria. So no Nella Meyer. Yeva Vilka defending. And Latvia hopes that she can make it through and finish this one out, coming back from an injury.
10 minutes remaining in the quarter. 10 minutes.
Klein. And that was a foul as Klein is shaken up and got a stick somewhere to the chest area.
I noticed the amount of passing has dramatically decreased, and I think that is for sake of possession.
Bierbacher-Voss, so Klein able to stay in the game. Zlobel trying to get to her left hand. Returns Bierbacher-Voss, sailed it. Got caught in a deep angle. Backup is with Austria. Here's the first water break of the fourth quarter. So we should be about 9 minutes to go. 7-6 Latvia. They have pulled ahead over Austria.
Julie Duffy, is this score real life?
7-6. Following the water break, 9 minutes to go. Austria just got a good look off the crease. They maintain possession. Austria led 5-2 early in the second quarter. And 5-3 at the half over Latvia. The winner advancing to tomorrow morning's 9th place game Loser will play for 11th. Zlobel. Across, Bierbacher Voss. She's able to tuck it in. Cross cage feed. A nice one out of the timeout. Tied at 7.
I did not see her on that weak side of the crease. I love that.
Austria goal by number
And what a good look.
Line. Assisted by number 7.
Fine pass from Zlobel.
Water break.
So Bierbacher Voss, she gets her 4th. That goes immediately to a water break. 7-all now. This one getting very interesting. Do we have our 5th one-goal game of the tournament? Seven. Draw control midway through the 4th quarter, and it's pointed to Austria. Rachel Lasda gave Latvia a brief lead before a fine feed from Daniela Zlobel to Katarina Bierbacher Voss. Tied it up. 2 of the founding members of Austria women's lacrosse are playing in this game with Claudia Makula and Bierbacher Voss 15 years into it. Under 9th-year coach Mike Perez. As Perez learned of this opportunity, Strictly was volunteer. He had already retired, was moving down to Vero Beach, Florida to coach high school girls lacrosse. They liked him from the first 2-week training camp they did. He's been now the longest tenured head coach of these European championships, or at least continuous head coach. There are some others that have coached other nations. Now, 9 years is a long time invested between players. And here's a shot that Kuchinskis is unable to finish. Ground ball, Rachel Lasda. And that kind of continuity is invaluable, where players and teams can only get together at times once a month, especially in other nations that are very widespread, such as Sweden. Druziaka is fouled. And Perez saying, I never thought I'd be coaching this long, but credit him because he is self-sustained. It's still a volunteer position all these years later. And also to the people of his community down in Vero Beach, the Orchid Island Club, and all the people down there that have fundraised and helped Mike Perez support this Austrian team to get them to grow, to even have a chance to defeat the Germans as they did on Monday. But they need a win here to solidify a top 10 finish.
And what both of these teams would do for a top 10 finish.
Might be quite the celebration after this game rather than tomorrow. Yevo Polska, here comes a card. Oh, it's Sarah Hennon heading off.
And is this our first man up of the game.
And it is. And Steffi, this one will be just outside the 8-meter, but there is a shooting lane for Yeva Opolska. She'll take it. It's off cage. And back behind Latvia. Latvia Poots, another great check. Second big cause turnover for Ziski Poots, but the ball is out.
And we notice Rachel Lazda is back in the offense for Latvia with Druziaka and Urbanchika.
And they have a player wide open, Opolska, if they could get it to her on the crease. That would have been a long pass. So here's Latvia.
You know, we've talked about these situations and the growth of these countries. How much do you think Latvia has practiced a man-up situation?
Urbanchika, short side again, Bly, holding the post.
5 minutes remaining in play. 5 minutes.
With 5 minutes to go, Tabura. Latvia looks for movement. Urbanchika. That was a deflected pass as Kuczynskis challenged it. Yeva Opolska. Here's the look. It's a bouncer. It's off cage. Bly couldn't control it. Tabura again. And this one may have also clanged off the pipe. Druziaka. Raked it along. Big ground ball. It's Latvia. In front, Lazda looking for another. It's in! Rachel Lazda has emerged for the Latvians. They're less than 5 minutes away from a guaranteed top 10 finish.
And just look at both of these teams. We get this water break, and oh my gosh, how happy they are for this water break. If you noticed on that last ground ball, did you see Mayer completely outstretched behind Druziaka? This is that fight. We're not talking about a gold medal. We're talking about a top 10. And this is how much these girls care about that.
8-7 Latvia. They have their second lead. Rachel Lazda has provided both go-ahead goals. What a thrilling finish. And the next draw control will be a huge one with about 4 minutes to go. Great energy from both teams as they come out of the timeouts. I estimate we're at 4 minutes remaining. Latvia 8, Austria 7.
8 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And that's exactly what it is, 4:08. Ralph Gnarczyk with Steffi Samaras. We're lined up for the fifth one-goal game of this tournament as Urbanchika collects it. Estere. And how do the Latvians play it? Could it be too early for a stall?
So Latvia is now going to be even up. The yellow card has been released. Austria, are they going to come get the ball? What does Bly do from the goalkeeping standpoint?
The double on Druziaka. Look out. And Mayer is sent off. Perhaps the most athletic player for Austria will now have to sit and watch as Druziaka is still down. So now a 2-minute yellow.
With about, 3.5 left now that the clock is stopped? Again, this is a situation. Has Latvia practiced something this intense?
They've played in close games here. Remember, overtime 9-8 against Switzerland, but they blew a 7-1 lead. That was reverse. Back and forth with Norway 9-7. They defeated Italy, who kept coming at them 10-7. So they've been in some important possessions.
Or do you use, potentially Urbanchika, Druziaka to stall this ball?
Latvian coach Gretchen Lazda does have a timeout left, as we have a call.
I believe she was in the crease.
Yes, against Judith Steiner. And the Latvians will sub on Rachel Lazda here for her experience.
And this is an area of stick work.
Maybe her finishing abilities.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to have her entire left side. Do they want to go up by 2? Do they want to just maintain the 1-goal advantage?
Rachel Lazda, and a shot blocked, head in, getting in the way of the look. Foul was against Latvia. Down a player, remember, is Austria, so they'll need to at least keep it away.
If you're Latvia, do you try to take the ball away or you just sit in defensively?
Push ahead, and there's the read, Yeva Vilka. Persevering today.
2 minutes.
With her basketball background, she may have been able to bait the player into that pass. If they're watching this morning in Bieci Vilka, the bar that the Vilka family owns, drinks might be on the house after that one. Meyer is back on the field, so it's 6-on-6.
You know, I thought Vilka slid a little too early. I was getting a little worried there. But sure enough, her timing was perfect.
1.5 left. Released outside. Yeva Vilka bobbled it. Ball on the ground. Urbanchika also overran it and then committed the foul. Austria will have another chance. 4 Latvians back defensively. Lena Kuglish. Outside it came. There's an injured player down for Latvia in a collision. The trainer will have to come out and tend to a Latvian defender. Meyer tried the shot on the run. Can't tell yet who exited for Latvia, but they brought in the sub, Elena Ruperte. So Meislitzer, this veteran Austrian team, particularly on the offense. It is Meyer, the shot, Nuteri the save!
Oh my gosh, Nuteri has come up so big. Especially, I've been talking about all these low shots, and she has come up so big low for this team.
And her stick has not given up rebounds. She's controlled these. Urbanchika, and now her stick in the clear.
30 seconds remaining.
Nuteri. Locating Druziaka. The foul with 30 seconds. That gets Austria stoppage. Druziaka, she has players up ahead. She'll do that. Yeva Opolska to spread the field. Opolska. Druziaka. Urbanchika on the keep away.
Don't get me wrong, I love the keep away. I just don't love the keep away in the defensive end.
That's it. Latvia celebrates. They'll have a top 10 finish at the Euros. They come from behind in the second half and knock off Austria. Latvia, in exhilaration, hug their 16-year-old goalie. Their future may have just arrived.
I have chills right now in this 90-degree plus weather.
Latvia wins another one-goal game, their second of this tournament.
This is what I call one of those amazing finishes. A total team effort. Everybody supporting each other all over the field. Yes, you had these amazing performances. Druzjaka, Urbanchika, Nutere in the goal. The 4 bounce shots she saved to end that game. Game-changing. Completely game-changing, especially with those shooters for Austria.
Austria wondering what if had a chance to defeat the Germans, poured their heart into the game on Monday, started 5-2. Everything was going according to plan. Bianca Bly in cage, Valeria Druzjaka and Urbanchika would not quit. Druzjaka tallying 3, Urbanchika a pair. Bierbacher-Voss tied the game up at 4, but it was Rachel Lazda with 2 go-ahead goals. The last one stands. Latvia, they are winners today. They move to 4-2. Latvia will have another look at Norway, who they lost to in a back-and-forth game, 9-7 during group play. Austria will have to settle for playing for 11th place. They'll take on the Swiss bright and early at 8 a.m. That's it for Steffi Samaras. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Our 5th one-goal game sees Latvia earn their 2nd of those 5. They're winners over the Austrians. Up next is Italy and Sweden. Join us in about 40 minutes for that battle here from Netanya. I'd say so. Yeah, Austria's more polished on offense. Goalie is obviously who she is, right?
Latvia upset Austria.
Yeah.